The Diary of Samuel Pepys, 8th of November 1660. This morning Sir William and the Treasurer and I went by barge with Sir William Doyley and Mr. Prynne to Deptford to pay off the Henrietta, and had a good dinner. I went to Mr. Davis's and saw his house, where I was once before a great while ago, and I found him a very pretty man. In the afternoon Commissioner Pett and I went on board the yacht, which indeed is one of the finest things that ever I saw for neatness and room in so small a vessel. Mr. Pett is to make one to outdo this for the honour of his country, which I fear he will scarce better. From thence with him as far as Ratcliffe, where I left him going by water to London, and I, unwilling to leave the rest of the officers, went back again to Deptford, and being very much troubled with a sudden looseness, I went into a little alehouse at the end of Ratcliffe, and did give a groat for a pot of ale, and there I did shit. So went forward in my walk with some men that were going that way a great pace, and in our way we met with many merry seamen that had got their money paid to them today. We sat very late doing the work and waiting for the tide, it being moonshine. We got to London before 2 a.m. So home, where I found my wife up. She showed me her head, which was very well dressed today, she having been to see her father and mother. So to bed. The 9th of November 1660. Lay long in bed this morning, though an office day, because of our going to bed late last night. Before I went to my office, Mr. Creed came to me about business, and also Mr. Carter and my old Cambridge friend came to give me a visit, and I did give them a morning draught in my study. So to the office, and from thence to dinner with Mr. Wivel at the Hoop Tavern, where we had Mr. Shepley, Talbot, Adams, Mr. Chaplin and Osborne, and our dinner given us by Mr. Ady and another, Mr. Wine, the King's fishmonger. Good sport with Mr. Talbot, who eats no sort of fish, and there was nothing else till we sent for a neat's tongue. From thence to Whitehall, where I found my lord, who had an organ set up today in his dining room, but it seems an ugly one, in the form of Bridewell. Thence I went to Sir Harry Wright's, where my lord was busy at cards, and so I stayed below with Mr. Carter and Evans, who did give me a lesson upon the lute, till he came down, and having talked with him at the door about his late business of money, I went to my father's and stayed late talking with my father about my sister Poll's coming to live with me, if she would come and be as a servant, which my wife did seem to be pretty willing to do today, and he seems to take it very well, and intends to consider of it. Home and to bed.